But he's awesome. And his name is Kris Silbaugh. He just set the school record for touchdowns, and we wanted to touch base and certainly give him his props, but chat with the young man. Kris, it's Tiki and Tierney. How are you today, my friend?
Good, how are you?
We're doing great. I got to tell you, man, I almost don't even know where to start. And when I was your age, which was a while ago, unfortunately for me, enjoy it while you're young, kid. Jim Abbott was carving out a path which was amazing. You're so young, and Jim, for you, was so long ago. Do you know anything about Jim Abbott? Did you ever meet Jim Abbott? That's what I was wondering when I watched the YouTube video.
No, I've heard of him before. I've looked into him. He was a pitcher. He played for the Yankees in England.
Yep, played with one hand, and now he threw a baseball, and when he would throw the ball, he would actually transfer the mitt to his other hand, his arm, what remained, without the hand. How do you catch a football with one hand? Because, man, you're good.
When I was younger, I just, started practicing. And they'd throw it to me, and I'd, catch it with my hand, but, sort of get it with my nub, too. It's kind of hard to explain. I just taught myself to do it, so I really don't think about it.
Kris, now you always wanted to play football, and you were always told that you couldn't. What changed? Where did the opportunity come from?
The opportunity came when I was in ninth grade, and I was really given the decision to do what I wanted to do. So, I just sort of went for it.
Was it easy right away? Did you take to it right away, or is it something that you had to work at? I mean, obviously you had to work at it because playing football is not an easy sport. It doesn't just come naturally. But what was that first time like, and how have you changed from then to now?
The first time was really nerve-wracking. I really didn't know what I was doing out there. All I knew was I could catch pretty well and run fast, but I had to learn the ropes of what a wide receiver does and all the routes and stuff. And it was really nerve-wracking at the time, but now I'm pretty confident in my abilities, and it comes pretty easily.
Kris, and part of the YouTube, and we'll tweet it out there and get all the info out because it's an amazing. You have to see it. It's a great story.
Yeah, and by the way, running fast and catching the ball, perfect for football.
Not a bad combo, Kris.
Exactly.
You're off to a pretty good start. And one of the things one of your coaches said, and I thought it was amazing, it started out where we were all rooting for Kris just to hold on to the football, just so he would, in essence, feel good about himself. But it's grown into where he was almost a luxury, and just kind of hoping he didn't embarrass himself too. He is the main guy. He's our superstar. I'm sure you face double teams. Are you looking to play in college because your numbers and your height and your weight say that you can? I mean, any prospects with that?
If the opportunity comes about, I'd love to play in college. I've been getting letters of they're interested.
Sure.
And from smaller colleges around here. And if anything can come of those, I'd love to play in college.
I'm pretty sure something will when they hear this show and they see the YouTube footage, because it's not just like we're putting you on because we're putting you on. You are a baller, there's no doubt. His name is Kris Silbaugh, and he is a star wide receiver, Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania. One hand, but boy, does a lot of damage.
Now, Kris, I'm looking at your high school website, and I'm looking at your team, and I guess this is your quarterback Hunter Cox, and some of your linemen, Pat Johnson, these big dudes who obviously are excited for you. What's their take on all the national attention that you're starting to get because of what you've accomplished?
They're really supportive of it. They really believe in my ability, and without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So I like to thank all my teammates for supporting me and helping me through.
Wait, now, have you known a lot of these kids for most of your life? So when you were young, were you playing football with them before you actually started playing for the school?
No, I actually moved to the school when I was in ninth grade. So I started learning about them and becoming friends with them my freshman year.
Yeah, so then they also were learning about you. What was their initial reaction to you when you first came out for the sport?
They were all really surprised. They, as they probably should have been, because a kid with one hand wanting to be a receiver, that's not exactly the most logical thing you would think. But they gave me a shot, and they were really supportive, and they helped me out a lot.
Kris, I know that you said that you moved there and you transferred, or ninth grade. did you grow up in Pennsylvania? Where exactly did you grow up?
I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay, I know where Erie is. So are you more of a Steelers guy or an Eagles guy? Who's your football team?
I actually like the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers? Why's that?
I don't know. I just grew up playing with them and on Madden and stuff, and I've always liked them.
Oh, boy, if that ever illuminated the difference in our age. He grew up playing Madden, all right, and that is how he figured out who his favorite NFL team was. You ever get to meet Cam or any of the Panthers?
No, I haven't got to meet any of them, no.
We might have to set something up for you.
Yeah, we'll have to try to do
We might
that.
have to do a little something for you with
Now,
that.
Kris, one of the reasons that your story caught our attention was because you're breaking records. You have the yardage record there. You have the TD record there at your high school, Cambridge Springs in Pennsylvania, and you're close to having the receptions record. When you first started accumulating these stats, did you even surprise yourself?
Yeah, I kind of surprised myself because we're primarily a running team, so I figured, I'd just be there for, long down situations when they needed me. But they've been coming to me and all the other receivers a lot more because they're confident in our abilities. So when the stats started piling up, I was really surprised.
Now here's an opportunity for you because I know you're in school right now, right? You got to go back to class. What class are you going back to after you finish doing this interview?
I'm going back to math class. I actually have a test.
Well, if you can blame us if your teacher says something about the way you handle this test coming up.
Now, Kris, here's what you have to do. We'll send you a copy, or you can get a copy of the interview, and when you start sniffing around for your prom date, you just say, hey, listen, I'm a national radio star. How do you not come to the prom with me? You know?
Yeah.
Kris, best of luck. The human spirit, and it's come out so many times, whether it's, recollecting 9/11, anything that just really shows that there aren't limitations to the mind and the power of the spirit, and you are a shining example. It's an amazing story. Wanted to give you a couple of minutes. You're an amazing young man, and keep doing your thing. We'll be rooting for you, pal. Stay in touch, okay?
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
And Kris, in a few weeks, we're actually going to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right.
Doing a show from the Harley Davidson. I know it's about 2 hours away from you, but we'll be close to your neighborhood. Good luck this weekend. I see that you guys are playing at Eisenhower at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Good luck, and I hope you continue to excel, my friend.